Now, I was going to go out and make a build video to post on this channel to shake things up. However, this news was far good to me to simply just leave alone. If you guys hadn't already known, Bungie would announce that today, all mods that aren't raid or artifact exclusive will soon be available to everyone. Now, this is refreshing news because the initial problem that I've had making Destiny 2 content involving builds especially is the level of exclusivity that came with accessing the mods in general for everyone. But with that said, now that this news has dropped upon us, it is refreshing to hear that everyone will be able to enjoy the full build crafting experience that many of us veterans have cultivated weeks, months, and years to even obtain. With this being said, however, the implementation of how quickly the build crafting took place does give me a lot to consider. Especially the sentence, we want to give everyone a chance to enjoy all their mods in their current state. Is this to make builds and loadouts in Destiny a much more standardized experience during Nightfall? Or is Nightfall going to shake up the way how we use the mods differently? Will Ada do something else in the potential future other than being effectively a Nike retailer but for Guardians? Perhaps I'm just overthinking things, but the potential from their wording that Lightfall will change these mods in the future seems very likely. Regardless, I would love to hear your comments on such. I'm going to enjoy making some builds on the channel on top of weapon breakdowns in the future, and I think that there will be a great addition to the channel. Though speaking on the channel, I want to tell you guys that there will be a few updates on the channel's graphics. I think that the implementation of the new graphics that I'm going to be providing will kind of service the channel a little bit more, and there will be a slight decrease in content the way you would expect it to be. Sorry in advance, but I do like quality over quantity when it comes to this type of stuff. But yeah, back to the announcement. However, other than that bit of information, it is said that next week, Bungie will reduce the upfront cost of focusing engrams within Trials, Iron Banner, Crucible, and Gambit weapons by 25 legendary shards as opposed to the original 50. I appreciate such a change because the newer balancing of the currency system has made it quite the chore for people to gather legendary shards and get the rolls that they want on certain weapons. Legendary shards are an extremely hard resource to manage properly. It is used for crafting, focusing in seasonal weapons, obtaining desirables from Banshee and Xur, master-working weapons and armor, upgrading ghosts, the list goes on. The point is that the amount of work that goes into managing our resources is quite immense, to place it lightly. Having this change implemented in-game will enable the player to not stretch themselves too thin. But at last, but certainly not least, they are changing how the power crap and structure of Grandmaster content will affect players within the Grand Guard playlist. This is remarkable for a ton of reasons. In order for Guardians to attempt Grandmaster content, you need to grind past Pinnacle in order to enjoy said content. And even with that on top, they still lower your power level regardless to the increase in difficulty on top of that. In my opinion, the power level system in this game is frivolous and arbitrary. The Witch Queen campaign and Seraph missions have proved that they could still make things difficult without the need for such a system. The absurdly high requirements to attempt Grandmasters is one of the main reasons I haven't touched a mode in months. I'm going to grind season rank and light to merely be nerfed again and to repeat the process in 4 months ahead of time. It's not something that I particularly enjoy that much, though I do appreciate that Bungie sees a problem, and I hope that they can make it more accessible without detracting from the challenge that comes from Grandmaster content. Grandmaster campaigns have the pure ability to provide not only a challenge to the player, but the feeling of completion that is always desired when it comes to hardcore Destiny content. I think that with a couple of changes, they could get this mode just right and up and running for the average player to actually start attempting to start improving in that game mode. But yeah, this concludes the good news from Bungie, though I do want my content to be more animated and kind of more structurally cinematic. Let me know if you guys like me to do more of this stuff on the side. More TWAP coverages, more news-based and coverage content on the side. And let me know how you feel about these new changes. Are you excited? Do you have any concerns? Would love to hear them down in the comments. Would love a like and subscribe. though it's not necessary. But with that said, Alchemist out.